Ah, you hear that? The sounds of a short
The
rest.
sounds of an apple.
So,
yeah.
where'd you pick up this paladin stuff?
Well, I've been working towards becoming a knight of Aradia. You learn these things gradually.
Whoa! Whoa! A knight of Aradia?
Yeah, I mean that's why I've been working.
You can pardon crimes as a knight, can't you?
I don't know the entire details, but I would imagine it was. I could certainly punish for crimes.
Yeah, that's true. You know more about
But
that.
Can you pardon crimes? Because like I still work for Aradia, but you know how he is. I mean, if I fuck up in the city, I'm still held accountable for the things that I do in the city. He just lets me continue working for House of Gas because they pay well.
Well, I mean, I could look into it. I don't know off the top of my head, to be honest. But I mean, if you rendered services to Aradia, I'm sure myself or someone else could arrange something.
So I was doing this job, right? And whatever. I did what I had to do. I was there for a reason. Task accomplished. However, the reason why my task was so easily accomplished, and I made a good amount of money, was because somebody else was doing a job that I happened to witness. Once they were done with their job and they noticed me, they skedaddled. And conveniently for me, their job had this lying on them. And I'll actually draw out my elven longblade and I'll present it to her to see.
That's quite an impressive weapon.
I mean, he was only a lesser noble, but that doesn't change the fact that it was still noble blood. And, I mean, dead don't need these things, so I picked it. I didn't do it, right? I've never killed a noble that I know of. I took the item, and then I was accused, and now I'm an outlaw, and I really can't go back to Aradia until my name is cleared. But I'm telling you, I didn't do it. And so if you became a knight, you could pardon that, couldn't you?
At the very least, I could hold a proper investigation into it and absolve you of any wrongdoing if that is what happened. Which I don't doubt you in the slightest, but it would probably.
It happened about a year and a half ago. How can you do an investigation a year and a half in the future?
We can question relevant parties. It's better than nothing. I mean, I would have to investigate. I do not know if it's possible to pardon without any investigation. But at the very least, if I could get one corroborating piece of evidence, quite possibly.
So,
and I can be quite persuasive.
We'll talk more on this if we survive.
Yeah,
All
you
right.
spend an hour or so
I'm good.
resting. It's actually less wrapping bandages because at the amount of damage you still had after the healing, eating is like the damage that wasn't healed by the lay on hands was mostly sort of like just aches and bruises and a bruised ego. Katlyn probably definitely wanted to like wrap up her neck and apply the various salves that she has. But yeah, you're ready to keep on traveling. No more kobolds have run up from the sewers in this time. You don't hear their call.
Well, still the unconscious one.
The unconscious one is still unconscious. In fact, actually, let me it's still unconscious.
I would actually point at it and would be like, oh, in case it isn't... Well, I suppose it's probably quite clear from the state of the corpses in my wake, but that one over there isn't dead. We should probably wake it up and question it.
You speak that?
No. I feel like it might have been common, but if it was far too... I mean, I've travelled the world since I was a kid. I didn't stay in Goldport for very long.
Usually when I swear at them, they know what I'm saying, but I can never understand what they're saying back.
Well, I mean, if we can't understand it, we can kill it if necessary. But it's better to try than not.
It's a little rough. Cold blood?
Well, I'm not saying we have to kill it. I'm just presenting that as an option. I mean, they didn't seem to be doing much harm down here. But anyway, we need to talk to it first.
Agreed. All right. All right. Listen, I know you've got the cloth and all that fun stuff. So, do you want to look around at the rest of them and see if they have anything of value? And I'll see if I can go swear at them.
Certainly. But I mean, I can help with either. I might. Yes. I'll look around.
Okay. So I'm gonna go walk up to the thing and just kind of like slap it in the cheek, see if that wakes it up. If not, like grab something to throw a little bit of muck on their face.
Yeah, it's like the first couple of attempts don't work, and eventually there's like a, and it like just big beady eyes look up at you like fight or flight, like a trapped rabbit kind of thing. Like,
I know how you feel, man. Your friends, they had me pinned down. It sucked.
and then it like tries to make a run for it.
I mean, I imagine we tied it up, right? I have 50 feet of hemp rope.
It tries to make a run for it. It just ends up like falling over on its side and like kicking and squirming.
All right, so, God, I just need you to be useful. Can you do that for me? You know what? Hey, listen. Book. You read. Book. Wizards. Book. Oh, hold on. And I'm gonna use a boat to drag him over to the water. And like use my boot to like hold its head under the water for a while.
If I would actually hearing the commotion.
Book.
Yes.
I know book.
Hey, this one speaks. Pull its head up.
You bloody bastard! Go buy your book. I know book. Sick have
Okay.
book.
Who?
Sick. Sick.
Where?
And because he's tied up, like his tail points in like, so it points like he points sort of down this way.
Sick you or sick me?
Sick them. Other sick, not me sick. Me friend family not sick. Great grandma gets sick, but me not
I'll
sick.
make a deal with you.
Clutch not sick.
I'll make a really good deal with you. Your friends are dead. You don't need to. You bring us to sick, and I let you go free.
I don't want sick.
You can't bring us to sick, and I'm gonna pull it out from with the rope and put its head back underwater for like a solid 20 seconds with my boot.
Yeah. Sick. Like coughs up something. Maybe a dead rat. It's not good.
All right. Do we have a deal?
Deal. We make deal like sniveling goldmen. Deal.
One more detail.
Oh.
If you squeal, no deal.
No, deal. I bring to sick.
I'm gonna like take my mostly empty water skin because we use it during the short rest. I'm gonna like shove it into its chest so it has something clean to drink.
Yeah, it washes its mouth out, and this is the cleanest water it's ever had in its life. So it's like you gave it the finest wine in the world. It's like it's having a good time.
It can keep the water skin. I'm good.
Yeah, it kind of like clutches it, and then is its legs tied up enough for it to walk?
I imagine because Arvine would have been the one that tied it up, right? She wanted to investigate it. It's Katlyn would have tied it up. Arvine being the PC. My apologies. What would Katlyn have done?
She would have probably initially tied its legs up. She probably just so that it couldn't like get up and sprint away before she realized.
Okay, cool. So with that,
But it
said,
would probably be separate. It would be
Separate thing that you can like cut
thing,
now or untie
Yeah.
because the rope's more valuable.
I will defer to her because she heard the deal to make sure that she agrees and see what she wants to do with that.
Yeah, that sounds fine with me. I mean, you seem worried that I wouldn't approve of or wouldn't partake in something like that. Just because I am a paladin doesn't mean I am above such things at times. I'm not a particularly religious paladin, I must admit. But no, that's fine. Your deal is fine.
That's probably one of the greatest things I've ever heard. And as he says, just cutting the rope off the legs and having no intention of taking it back with him because, ew.
I take to sick. I take. Follow. I move slow for big lumbering beasties. And he like very visibly like goes like almost making fun of you.
I
But...
do not even kick him or anything unless.
Oh, you
Caitlyn
don't
gets
kick
annoyed
him?
at the
That's the
speed.
best
No.
treatment he's ever got.
Caitlyn
unless
doesn't
Caitlyn-
particularly feel like kicking him, no. She just sort of looks at him like...
The way it kind of comes down
Do you
to
pick
is
back up your
my
torch, Caitlyn?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Great.
I would have picked it
Let
back.
me,
I would have picked up the... I imagine part of the hour was spent picking up the torch, probably cleaning off my Warhammer because I dropped
No,
it
no, I just want to know whether to give you sight.
tying them up,
So he starts leading you up this way.
So one of the things I want to just be clear about is the reason why I made the intimidation check was to know that he knew I meant business. But at the same time, I wanted to make sure he got the clean water and I'm not abusing him to know that I mean business on both ends. I'm going to fulfill my promise either way.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
With a 20, he believes you.
But as we come round a corner, the first corner, I'm going to look back at Caitlyn with a semi-stern look and go like this.
All right.
and I would stop.
Come on, Slade. Heal yourself up and then follow me.
Oh, I healed myself up and sorry, I keep forgetting that it's not updating on the
No, it's annoying.
Sorry. Okay, and then I will come over to glance down this first hallway area.
Yeah, he starts leading you down here, and when he gets here, he stops, and he sees that what you're doing to make Caitlyn stop, and he does the same thing, and he like picks up some pebbles and things on the
What's
ground.
the distance between him and myself?
He doesn't stop you if you get too close.
No, I mean like how long is the rope? So how far can I be from him? 10 feet, 5 feet, what? Immediately
Up to
behind him
Arvine.
or a full square back?
Up to Caitlyn.
I would have probably given it. I would have given it a bit of slack. I'd probably say 10 foot of slack. I mean, it's a small thing. If we used 50 foot of rope for legs and body, then it's not gonna.
He stops here, picks up pebbles in the ground, and throws it, and it suspends in the air. And he goes, "Ah," and sort of thinks for a bit, and then starts sort of sniffing his way round, like this sort of way.
Kind of like reach over so she can see and go like this.
Yep, that was follow on.
Yeah, Caitlyn's trying to remember.
Just like rejoin.
Yeah.
Come together.
And you can see,
I'm going to gesture to the pebbles in the air.
Yeah.
She just frowns and
just completely still.
She just frowns. She doesn't really she doesn't really know magic very well, so
he sees you guys following. He's like, "Careful, follow steps of these. Follow these steps. I take you to sick."
I look around the area and then I'll nod, and while holding the rope not taut enough to like affect his maneuvers, his maneuverability, but so I can easily follow his steps, I'm gonna do exactly as he try to step exactly where he steps.
And yeah, I'll do.
Yeah, he's very clearly sort of leading you around, and then he gets a lot less careful when he's out here and walking, and then he stops here and he sniffs. He's sick down here. I smell sick.
I'm gonna pull the rope slowly to pull him close to me, and like as he comes about face or whatever, I'm gonna like hold the front of the rope so he's like close to me, and I say, "Tell me, what is sick?"
He's a bum bum.
I look at Caitlyn like.
She just gives you an equally confused look.
He's a ba-boom bum. He's a sick with ba-boom.
You just wait. What? Wait.
Waiting.
I reach over to Caitlyn to give me the torch. I'm gonna pull out one of those candles, one of the less scented ones. I'm gonna melt the wax onto the ground, like fully melt the candle, or mostly into a puddle on the ground. Give it back to her, and then hand him my small knife, my cutting an apple, not dagger knife, right?
Yeah.
And gesture to the wax and say, "Draw."
And he is going to make a performance roll.
Oh God.
I'm sure he has
figures.
amazing charisma.
No. He draws a like it's like a stick man, but it's scratchy. So like you imagine the normal sticks, but instead of him going like straight, he's going like.
So, is it bigger than us?
Is me. Is other of Clutch, not my Clutch, neighbor Clutch. They get sick.
Is he bigger than you?
Ba-boom boom.
You know, they are, in theory, dragon creatures.
Yes, I was thinking, well, if Cobalt's a dragonkin of a kind, maybe it's a dragonborn. If it's a stick figure.
No,
those aren't real.
no.
I've never seen those. Those aren't real.
There's no dragon in tunnels of Clutch. No dragon in tunnels of Sick. Ba-boom boom. Ba-boom boom. And he starts like drawing again. And like trying to get it across. He's not gonna, but we'll see.
By ba-boom boom, you mean like...
Ah!
You're a smart little guy.
Ah!
Looks like he does half explosions. I don't know. My character doesn't understand Arcana. So my character's a 14 intelligence, but he doesn't understand Arcana. So he's like, it looks like half explosions. Can't be that bad. And I'll just be like, all right, let's keep going.
Well, I don't see we have much of a choice.
You don't want me to take next to Sick. I get sick. You don't get sick. You big.
You don't have to go next to Stick, but you still need to bring me there. And as of now, I don't see it here.
And he starts going to lead you around the corner.
Does he look like he's getting super careful again once we leave this hallway?
Not in the same way, but yeah, he's like actively trying to be quiet and very careful and scared. He's like his tail's like flicked upwards.
Yep. When he does that whole follow my steps better get, once again I get more taut on the rope.
Mm-hmm.
But go ahead. Lead the way.
He starts leading you around the corner, and when you start to come round the corner, you see what he meant. You see kobolds sort of standing there shaking with growths over their bodies. Bluish, actually. Yeah. Sort of this mixture of dirt brown and blue, and occasionally the blue is glowing in little bursts and bubbles. They're just sort of standing there like swaying, just like... They're actually making next to no noise. They're just sort of swaying there.
So I'm holding him really taut.
Yeah.
I'm holding him really taut, and I'm gonna like lean in really close to him. Oh god, he smells. And I'm gonna whisper to him, gesturing at the ground, "Is this safe?"
If they see you, no.
But is this safe? Gesturing at the area.
If they see you, no. They run.
No clutch tricks.
No fire tricks. We get all them long gone.
I look back at Katlyn, and I just start making all these like crazy gestures at her, and then I slow down and I stop, and I'm like,
she sort of, you didn't make anything that she recognized as a gesture to move.
No.
So
I did all these like.
So she just sort of frowns but stays where she is.
So then I just pointed at him and went, I'm going to lean in and say, you did good. You have one more job. Don't let me see you again. And I'm going to cut the rope that is holding him mostly, like cut the rope that's mostly got him held, and turn him like about face to go back towards Katlyn.
He scampers away. And he kind of stops in front of Katlyn and like, looks up at her.
As he passes, I would pointedly, like, I've got my warhammer in my hand, I would pointedly like look at the warhammer and look back at him.
He like rubs the back of his head and then like scampers away. You could hear him like talking to himself as he goes.
I am now going to, because I was holding the rope before. Now I'm going to draw my bow, knock an arrow, and just kind of like try to, I don't know, Ollie, perception check to see down the hallway?
Absolutely perception check. I mean, you can see, but you know, this is like, how much do you see?
I'm less interested in them and more in
What else?
can they notice us, and is there anything dangerous immediately around us?
Sure. They haven't noticed you at all. They haven't stopped, changed what they're doing, and you still can't work out what they're doing. They're just sort of standing there. There is, this is all sewer tunnels, but these aren't made for the actual sewers themselves. They're almost like the maintenance tunnels between things. But it's overgrown. Fungal patches have been growing, and in fact, it's actually lightly glowing. Blue and purple mushrooms have grown sort of behind them, and there is sort of more growth, like actual, almost like patches of grass and like weeds and things that have just managed to grow down here, which isn't that hard to believe. It looks like it goes down a bit further, but you do see a little more light, like sort of further down, and you can actually hear a little bit of running water.
I'm going to step to the side to get out of Katlyn's way, and I'm going to go like this, and then immediately point at where I was standing just beforehand.
Sorry, can you repeat that? You lagged as you were making the gesture.
My apologies. So I'm going to step to the side, and I'm going to go like this, and I'm point immediately afterwards at the spot where I was just standing.
Okay. I would move up to where he was standing.
You see the same thing, Katlyn. With your torch lit. In fact, with your torch lit, let me do some rolls real quick. In fact, one of them, the one further away, does sort of turn its head, and it doesn't turn its head like that. It does turn its head like sideways, but it doesn't really react.
I'm gonna
doesn't go towards you or anything.
Hang my head and be like, oh. Is there any light down there whatsoever? Any luminescence?
Yeah, you see light further down the tunnel.
Okay, I'm gonna look at the torch like apologetically, and just kind of like nod my head back towards the hallway where you came from.
Katlyn would sort of be like, but she would put it down in the tunnel. She wouldn't like throw it back. She would properly like stand it up against a wall, maybe.
Okay, so I'm gonna come up to her and like place my, because obviously I could see her no problem, but she has a hard time seeing me. It's very dim over here. I'm gonna come up to her, place my hand on her forearm so she knows that I'm there. I'm gonna whisper to her and be like, "All right. There's a bit of rope that I cut off of him here. Let's each hold an end and just try to keep the same amount of tautness to it, right? So I can guide you through this as best as possible."
She's got her torch out.
Oh, she put the torch away.
Put the torch,
just now?
The torch to the side,
yeah.
So just try to feel the subtle tugs if it changes direction, to try to follow the same exact direction so it's always the same, pulled the same way on you. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'll try.
I'm so sorry this is difficult for you, but I imagine you need to be here too. This is your task, not mine.
Yeah, quite. No, it's completely okay. I can handle this.
I will grab that length of rope and like do like a double wrap around my arm and then hand it to her.
Ollie, I assume it's possible to put my shield on and hold the rope in the same hand.
I'm not very sticklery for your shield is your whole arm. No, your shield is like this, but you can hold a rope in your.
Yeah, sure. Then I would put get my shield on first, and then hold with the warhammer in the other hand and hold the rope with the shield hand.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I will have my my short sword out, just because I mean, no, you know what? I'm not going to. I want my free hand in case I need it. So I'm gonna hold the rope, my arm behind me, so that I can hold a certain amount of tautness. I'm gonna start guiding my way forward through this in the relative darkness.
Are you going slowly enough to stealth?
Absolutely.
Both of you stealth.
I know it's not very good for her, but trying to assist.
I wasted that 20.
Well, no, because this was the 20 of him guiding you stealthily through. So any failure on your half is made up for by the crit in yours. You start, Slade starts leading you down with the rope past these things. When you get closer, you can hear they're making noise. They're sort of grunting and breathing very raspily. Sometimes not often enough, and he starts leading you round them. And they don't notice. If they do notice, they make the occasional sharp movements that might make Katlyn very jumpy, which is mostly why you were doing so badly in stealth. Is like you probably were like,
yeah, like combat instinct.
yeah, but he's leading you, almost not letting that be a chance. And what you also do, Slade, is go around any of the mushrooms as you're on the ground. Taking care not to step on them. So you completely get past these fungus-fied kobolds.
I'm gonna go back for a second so I can look inside there. 1 second.
Sure.
Okay, gotcha. Cool. Those mushrooms, I'm gonna roll a nature check to see if I know what the fuck they are. Cursory glance in dim light, so I'm not like hard investigating.
Yeah, you have
these.
Disadvantage.
Okay, that's what I figured. I just wanted to be fair.
Nah, that's cool. They do make light, but it's also dim light.
Yeah, like I said, cursory glance. So
this is spooking you hard, you know. You can make the connection that they're mushroomy. It's creeping you out.
Yeah, I'm just kind of like, when I see that, I imagine I pull the rope a little too taut for a moment, and I'm just like, and I realize she can't see my hand, and then I just try to get my wits back about me again, and okay, and then I like try to make my way along because I'm seeing some weird ass shit. Okay, keep going.
Sure. If Katlyn doesn't tell you to stop.
No, Katlyn. Well, Katlyn is trusting.
At this point, Katlyn, you can see that little burst of light, and it's coming from the mushrooms. But not all of them. Just some of the patches are glowing in almost bursts of light.
So when she kind of is up to me, and I see this one that's in front of us, I look at the muck. I'm like, fuck. I'm gonna kind of reach across, keeping the tautness with one hand, reach across to touch her hand so she knows I'm coming to her. And I'm gonna the obviously tautness releases as I come up to her, and I stand on my. Because how tall is Katlyn again?
She's she's average-ish, slightly below maybe for a human woman, so you'd be taller than her easily.
Oh, okay. So I'll lean down to her and just be like, "There's one ahead of us. We can make our way around it, but it must be through the muck. The muck makes noise, and these things look like they're made out of mushrooms. I don't know if this is their food. The muck could disturb them. I don't know. What are your thoughts on this?"
Well, it could be, even if it doesn't disturb them, it could be slippery and dangerous for us.
But otherwise, there's one between us and where we're trying to go.
Well, we try it, but we are ready for combat. That is the best course of action, unless you have a better plan.
Yeah, maybe. And I turn immediately around behind me because I kind of look around while she's with me. What's that just to the north of my character?
These are sort of like logs, actually, that have come down here. This whole area is much more overgrown. I also want to shout out a cool thing with the new Roll20 thing. Because you're traveling in dim light now and you don't have your torch, you actually don't know where you've been, which is super cool. Anyway, this whole area is a little overgrown, muddy, and stuff's growing. This is like a washed up log and stuff's starting to grow.
I don't think it ever tracked where I'd been before anyways.
Your character, it doesn't because you're using dim light only.
Yeah, but did it for her?
Because she had a torch. You actually are taking more advantage of it. You're taking more looks of the surrounding. It's something you can actually toggle on your own. But I thought for this dungeon in a dark sewer, not seeing if you're seeing in the dim light made a lot of sense. Which is cool.
I gotcha. Okay, cool. All right. So, anyways, so I say, hey, I'm like, there's a log here, but it seems like it's a bit heavy. I have a 12 strength. How heavy does it seem to me?
Yeah. This is a thing you can move. You have to sort of get on the other side and shove. Yeah. Well. Yeah. Probably pretty loud. Possible though. It's one of the things you could do quietly, but it would take a little while.
Katlyn, if I can light a little light for you, can you move this log so we can walk across it?
Katlyn would go up to the log and test it the same way he does, presumably finding it considerably easier.
You think this is... I mean, you can barely tell it's a log, especially considering it's like coated in mushrooms and slime and stuff. It's very it's gloopy. So you but you figured you could do this.
Difficult to grab hold of. There's a lot of gunk on it, but it should be easy enough. Yeah.
Does she wear gloves or no?
Yeah. Well, she would have
Okay.
armored gloves at the
Yeah.
very least. So.
Gotcha. No, that's fine. So I'll nod for a second, like thinking. I'll be like, all right. There's more than one log there. You said, right, Ollie?
There's one like a main one, but there's a whole lot of stuff.
Yeah, one main log. It's
One
gonna be slippery.
like a
That's fine.
log
We'll
of
just deal with the one
size.
main log. I'm gonna pull out another candle, and I'm gonna light the candle, and keep my hand over it to try to keep the bright light of it, because the candles only do dim light, but try to keep it so it's super dim. And I'm gonna like lean down. Now, mind you, I still have that rope around my arm, so we still have to be relatively close to her. But keep my rope. Try to light up where the log is so she can see it, so she can like lift it comfortably.
Sure.
And then have her again try to guide her with the candle to go across the muck.
Give me an athletics roll, Katlyn. No disadvantages. He's lighting the way. He's being slowly. I did roll for the kobolds. They didn't see you. You take working together. Do push this to make a little bridge. It is slimy. It's mucky. Stuff was definitely moving under your feet when you moved this thing. You know what it was. The light wasn't good enough for that. But you do move it to make a bit more of a bridge, so it's not going to make so much noise and trouble that you can easily travel over. And the light didn't. The light didn't bother the one near you, nor did the noise.
So once it's all kind of done, blow out the candle. I'll look at it. I probably didn't use much, so I'll put it back inside the bag.
Yeah, it would be a couple of minutes of time.
And then I'll make my way across it first. Again, just trying to like hold my arm out as much as possible so she's not really affecting me on this. And I imagine it's in acrobatics.
Acrobatics with advantage. It would have been a regular acrobatics, but you've made everything much easier for yourselves. Or athletics for old.
Woo! Neither
So
were
I can-
great,
I
but
can
one's
do
certainly
You
better.
can do athletics.
Athletics with advantage still.
Yeah.
Yep. Good.
Woo! Could have been worse. Oh my god, yours could have been considerably worse.
Let me
Well, we both
roll
at
some
least
things
broke
real
10.
quick.
You at least rolled 10.
For
Broke
no
10.
reason at all.
Thank God no ones, huh?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, you say that.
I rolled a 2, you rolled a 1. You know?
So the Caitlin kind of slips in at one point, which almost like pulls you back, Slade.
I imagine and that overcompensate, pull her back my way. And
Yeah,
It's a whole ordeal.
it was not a quick. It was like you were thinking maybe like a hop over. It was not that, but they do react. In fact, you hear like rustling further forward, but nothing goes to attack you.
Okay. We make our way across. Stay silent for like maybe a solid, I don't know, 30 seconds to a minute or whatever to like really take in everything. And I'm gonna stop and I'm gonna look back and be like, Caitlin, there's something up ahead. I just don't know if these things are hostile or not.
They haven't attacked us yet, and I'm pretty sure they've noticed us.
I don't know if they've noticed us. My gut says that maybe we could talk to them. But I don't know. That pork that I ate did have a little poop on it. So my gut's kind of turning a bit.
What? Slade has to come back.
I mean, the kobold we had seemed pretty scared of them. If they can't even communicate with their own, if their own kind are scared of them, that doesn't imply they're able to
He
communicate.
said he would get sick, but that we wouldn't. Maybe what fungus or whatever affects them doesn't affect us or has different. I have the elven blood, so things have a harder time taking my mind. I feel as though maybe I don't know. We could either try to sneak up there and snag and run, or we could take a honorable route And he says it's like really difficult for him to say, like it's almost caught in his throat.
Well, does it look like it's guarding the spell book or anything, or is it just
fucking huge? I don't know if I can see a spell book, and I'll kind of like look that way, squinting really hard
Give me
to
a
see if I
perception
can
roll,
see
yeah.
it. It's the extent of my vision. So,
Yeah.
you said perception.
Yeah.
It says, oh, sorry, I ericed.
You did. You did.
pity? Because that was the second roll was good.
I'm
You see
squinting
this
that
big
way.
lumbering thing. You see something not natural in the spell books. This thing, it does kind of. The ones now you're clear that those are sort of kobolds controlled by this fungus. This thing, you if there's a kobold in there, you can't really see it. At least in where it is now. And this thing is moving. It's sort of like swaying back and forth, throwing up dust, and Slade doesn't really know enough to know its spores and stuff. But it's
probably
moving.
a myconoid, but he wouldn't know what the fuck that
The
is.
others don't. Yeah, why would he know?
Yeah. So he's like, I don't know if the book's over there. I just know that thing is really intimidating, and if it's got smarts, maybe we could talk to it. But if not, and I'm kind of like looking around, trying to assess the situation. I don't think any hallway was a good defensible spot. Not until we wade our way through 5 between where we are and where we're safe again. 5 was it?
Lots. I mean, if it we'd have to go past a lot of mushroom kobolds to get back to anywhere defensible.
I know I can make that run. I know I can. I just don't know if you can.
Probably not, but I can be.
I can't let you die here. Then you can't pardon me. You know what I mean?
I can be a pretty decent human battering ram when required.
Fair. All right.
I might not have your grace to slip between them, but not much is going to stand in my way when I get up to speed.
It's a straight away from here to where, at least to near the thing. Do you want me to still guide you, or do you want me to move ahead?
I think we should probably stick together in case it turns out to be hostile. Well, I mean, it depends on how you intend to handle any hostilities. I assume you'd flee back if it attacked you or anything.
Yeah, let's just do this. Put that away, and I gesture towards your hammer.
Yeah, I'll do as he says. Put it back, but it's on like my hip, so it's easy to get out again.
It's down here in the dark. I imagine it can see better than I can, so let's try not to be hostile. Also, the thing was just wrapped like 2 or 3 times around my arm. I now loosen it, so it's just like being held firmly by my hand. You know, like wrapped maybe around my hand once, so I could easily let go if I need to with a rope. So she knows like I'm getting ready for like a quick release. And I'm like, all right, I'll lead the way, but let's just be careful. And because I let go of so much rope, I imagine she could be 10 feet behind me now instead of the immediate 5 feet. But I will continue leading, Mr. Ollie, sir. So we'll take these 2 squares at a time.
Yeah, I can just about see the edge of your token, so...
Good times.
Oy.
As you get to like here, that big thing like sort of raises up more. You see it sort of shake and convulse, and the one near it sort of moves a bit more defensive. This one actually moves a little closer. You see a little clearer Slade. Katlyn can't see any of this until the bit where it'll be quite obvious where she'll see stuff. It's like a hunched version of a kobold with all this stuff on its back, and where its head is, it's open. You could see its brain, and from the brain, sort of squelching and moving, a large bulbous eyeball comes out and starts glowing with a purple light, which Kieran sees in the darkness. This single glowing eyeball, but just sort of like focuses on Slade.
When did Eberron and Jarviskjir finish fusing together?
Probably around the beginning of chapter 2 of
Eberron. A way to cross the sail through the astral seas.
You know, anything's possible in the extended Oliverse. So, you know.
Sorry, Ian and I are both thinking the same. They were just like, ah!
What did you do?
Laugh at you because you said Kieran.
Oh, did I? Oh,
Yes.
Kieran.
that's funny. I thought you were referencing like this was very Eberron style, but I just didn't notice that. Yeah, this thing is just staring at Slade. Big bulbous eye.
So I'm gonna stop short, and I'm gonna like slowly pull the rope closer to me, so she comes up closer.
Yep.
It's looking now or never. Fight or talk.
Well, it doesn't. It's not immediately attacked us. We can try talking.
Yeah, you do that.
I would call out a greeting. Like I would just say something like, "Hello, we mean no harm." I would repeat this in Elvish and Dwarvish just in case.
You do that. Its eye just like goes to Katlyn, and you Slade would be aware of the one coming up behind Katlyn.
Yep, I'm gonna see it, but it's slumping along, not necessarily being aggressive, right?
No, it's just moving, just very definitely towards you. It gets up beside Katlyn, and just sort of like limply, just like puts hands on her. How does Katlyn react to that? Just weird out? Oh, great.
She would just be weirded out, and she would sort of glance back and say, "Fight or not?"
Hold your breath. Hold your breath, quick. And like, because I have my free hand, right? I'm gonna try to like put my mouth in my tunic and try to like breathe slowly through my tunic as this thing like comes up to her. Because you mentioned spores like 15 fucking times.
Yeah, no, there is shit in the air.
In a meta sense, I think I know what this is, because I think the Regent's Blades have encountered this thing once or something similar to it. But
really now,
I have no clue what it is. Is Ollie usually takes pre-existing monsters and puts like fucked up. He's like 40% the original monster, 60% fucking twist. So, which is one of the reasons why his world comes out very much like Eberron.
yeah.
actually, no, I think the things, to be fair, the things we'd encountered before were actual mushroom people. They weren't kobolds mutated by mushrooms, so it's probably something different. But
It's funny because I think what we encountered were kobolds mutated into mushroom people.
yeah. But
Like, as opposed to being their own society.
The previous thing that the Regent's Blades have encountered is just an actual mushroom
I
society.
thought you meant tonight. Gotcha.
Yeah,
Hey!
no.
Both of you, give me Constitution saves. Now, actually, I wouldn't have done this unless you weren't mentioned it earlier, but Slade, you have advantage on this.
Him too, because he's holding his breath. Click back to normal.
That's
I mean,
not terrible.
Whatever it is that this thing spews, it's like the mushroomy growths that are almost like trees on its back shake, and it's a glowing green stuff. It sort of swirls around you when you do inhale some of it, but whatever it does, you guys holding your breath or whatever, it doesn't do whatever it's meant to do. You know that is not, that's got to do something, and it almost like it waits for a couple of minutes and then starts lurching up, and its arms are longer than a kobold should be, like as long as a troll's maybe.
This is pretty damn aggressive.
Yeah, just talk.
Don't. What are you? Stop! We need no.
And then it attacks both of you.
Yeah. So obviously just like dive to the side. Oh.
Yeah, in fact, actually make me dex
Roll
saves.
initiative because we're not stupid.
Yeah, roll initiative and make me dex saves. I like that idea.
Oh, I keep rolling garbage initiative. That's right. That's like the one place where I'm comfortable rolling garbage.
Well, I rolled garbage on both the initiative and the dex save, so whatever.
That dex save took a long time to come down from the heavens.
It did.
It really didn't want to come.
I've been there before.
Yeah, sometimes you just don't want to. Now, Slade manages to jump away. How he jumps away without Katlyn coming with him? Maybe he drops the rope. Maybe he pulls the rope from her. Either way, Katlyn is hit by the arm swinging down for 7 bludgeoning damage.
Ow.
And then I roll some initiatives. Do.
I imagine what it was is like he dove to the side and she like threw up her shield, but it was like still so heavy.
Yeah.
Like it kind of like threw her down, buckled her knees and everything.
And at this point,
sound covered in poop, but your arm hurts.
It was quiet when it attacked. When it like hits the ground, it's like boom. You see all the other ones and their eyes, where they were black before, just sort of flash with the purple, and they all the ones that you've passed, you see their eyes flashing in the darkness, and then they just start fucking running. And this one starts attacking Katlyn.
Fuck!
I should really change to some more dramatic music. It's playing like just drippy noises right now. Drip, drip.
I've got an idea.
That attack swings at Katlyn, and like it's just attacking with claws that are way longer than the kobold's normal claws. And it scrapes at the breastplate, but doesn't actually harm you. This one just lurches over, having no trouble going through the muck and miss. And it does hit you for 6 damage, just like... and then you can peace out. You actually can totally... considering you can't go through diagonals, I would allow you to, like...
Makes no sense.
Run through him, more or less. Like, sort of skirt around him as he's finishing.
Alright, so
you're
1,
just stuck in place.
2... that's 2, and then... 1, 2, and then 3.
Yeah.
To get up to here is my... Because it's half speed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the big boy. Oh, the big boy. Continues right now attacking. Oh, no, actually, it's going to Yeah, considering Katlyn hasn't moved, it's going to try throwing spores at it again. Katlyn, make me a Constitution save, and then it's going to attack you again. Again, whatever you're doing, you're holding your breath. You're keeping your yourself from harm. It's not whatever it's trying to do. It's trying to do something. You can see in its eye. It's trying to do something, but it doesn't. And in that moment of this thing is moving slowly. You can clearly easily like get your shield in the way of its long gangly arms as attacking, and then it's your turn.
I want to activate my damn channel divinity ability, but I can't see anything, and it only affects things I can see.
You can.
You can see things immediately.
You can see the things in front of you, like effectively.
Yeah, but I want to. The point of my ability is basically to force everything to not get away from me.
I
know.
know.
If I can only see 2 things. It's
what a shame, huh?
I need light.
I need
okay.
light.
I am going to...
Don't you have a magic... No, you don't.
I don't have any magical light, no. So I am just going to Shield of Faith first up.
Smart.
Just so that I can...
What's your AC now? Ooh, perfect.
20. And then I assume I have disadvantage. Do I have disadvantage? Because it's pretty big. It's right next to me.
Disadvantage on what?
Attacking it. The big guy.
Yeah, you're fine. Yeah, you can just attack it.
Okay. Then I'm pulling out the Warhammer and smacking it 1.
Give it the old smackaroo.
Yep.
That's a hit.
And I'm going to smite it as well.
Oh, big damage, and we know there's going to be a big snite. I mean, it's huge. You hit this thing, and there's the flash of gold and green light as it recoils. Its eye like closes back up and recedes back in its body, and all the things sort of bubble and move, and it like staggers away. And at one point, it staggers, and its arms become legs, and its legs become its arms. And it sort of like flips back over on itself. As you hit it, and it flashes, all of them shriek. And yeah, amazing hit. But a creature like this, you have no idea if it's harmed or what. But it doesn't like what you're doing. Speaking of don't like what's going on right now, Slade.
I have to ask real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Is poor Katlyn here having flashbacks? Because she encountered a creature, not quite, but similar enough to something like this very recently when she lost her friend, lost her companions, when she had to
true, actually.
flee. I mean, like, is Katlyn like...
No,
right?
Katlyn took that thing out.
No, sure. She killed it. But that still, it's like, oh, fuck, we're in the sewers again, in a murky place again, fighting a big lumbering plant thing again. I'm just what, like, the scenario
Is this
different.
episode 7 right now?
But
anything,
are there similarities enough?
I don't think the similarities are
I don't
strong
think that
enough.
she thinks that way, yeah.
No, I don't think... If anything would be traumatic, it wouldn't be the fight in the enclosed space. It would be the prison and the events after that. If anything was traumatic, it would be that.
So if you saw your friend just, like, running for his life, or something like that, like trying to complete this quest, that'd be a bad thing? Okay.
That would probably be slightly traumatic in comparison, yeah.
Bonus action, disengage. 1, 2...
You don't need to disengage.
3. Yes, it does. Oh.
Nope.
He doesn't have reach, and
Nope.
he can't attack diagonally?
Yep.
Then just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pick up the book.
Yep, you snag the book. You can tell it's a magical spell book. It's positively glowing. Let me move you so I can, like... Whoop.
That was actually 6 spaces, not 5, because stepping through the water counted as 2.
Yeah.
So that was 6 spaces. Thank you. And then, bonus action. Sorry, no. What's
Cutting
that?
action.
Cutting action. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. And then I'm going to standard action attack this creature and say, "Run! I got the book!"
You have advantage on your attack as you yell. Whoa! Damage, please.
Now that doesn't get doubled for sneak attack, does it? Ooh,
Yeah, it does.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
So hold on, ignore that second one. My apologies about that one. So it's actually 13 plus 10 plus 6, so 29. Ignore the 10, 14. Sorry about that.
So you attack this thing and you like... It's like Bloodborne. You just sort of like lurch your weapon into it. You don't really care where. It goes in. It didn't know you were there at all. Its eyes were all on Katlyn. It yells, all of them yell, and then they all... like disabled robots. They're all still alive. You can feel this thing pulsing around your arm right now. It's alive. You kind of knocked it and the rest of them out, therefore. So
I may have killed it, but seriously, let's still run. And I'm gonna start booking it if we're out of combat.
yeah,
If we're in
you're out of combat. Both of you do me athletics rolls. Do me dirty.
Can I do acrobatics?
This is hardcore running.
Ah! God damn it! I keep pulling an Eric.
You really
Well,
do.
to be fair, you're probably a good thing. Yeah, definitely a good thing.
Definitely a good thing.
Every time has worked in my favor.
Now do it again.
What?
Because they're chasing you.
Oh.
But they had a turn to wrap up. To wake up. So you're running. You're running. At some point, like sort of when you've made the corner, both of you make me intelligence saves.
Oh, not an intelligence save.
I'm proficient.
I know.
I'm not. I'm very much... Oh!
Garbage!
Oh, let me just look something up real quick.
I rolled a 3. Together we equal 20.
Oh,
But
this
when I
is
was-
good.
Again,
This
I
is
saw the
golden.
I saw the die go down. The only one I saw was Scott's. I was like, oh my god. Oh, wait, hang on a minute. I got 60. Oh, wait, Scott got
Oh, this is
Ian,
beautiful.
are you one of those many men that are colorblind with the blues and greens?
I am...
I'm-
No, I'm
that's a-
colorblind.
It's a purple dye.
I'm colorblind red-green, actually.
Oh,
So,
that's actually...
you're
that's-
running,
we're
you're running. No more talk of colours. You only have dark vision, where you can only see in shades of grey. You're running.
My colour.
After, about 10-ish seconds, you hear the... and you maybe see glints of purple in the background. Now, Katlyn remembered that the little kobold made you walk very carefully around the corner in his haste. Slade didn't. Make me a dexterity save.
I'll roll it for you. That was me just goofing. Dexterity save.
That was great, actually.
Yeah, that's the joke, I think.
It's purple.
Yeah, that's the meme.
Is it? I didn't get it.
He said, "Don't talk of colors. You only see in gray."
You notice, like, you run and maybe your hand touches something. You don't see anything, and you have the dark vision. You something is in your way, and then you remember that the kobold walked around this. You managed to dash past, but you touch something slimy in the air and sticky, and you just fucking book it around. But it does slow you down significantly. Slade, make me an athletics roll. Katlyn is pretty home free right now.
At least your athletics rolls are consistent.
You get back to the basement. Only one of the little infected kobolds is basically following you up, and it's on all fours, sort of tumbling some of the way. Not slowed at all by getting over the water. You get back to the basement, and this thing charges in. What do?
I would turn around and smack it one.
Go ahead, give me an attack roll. Yeah. Check something.
And now I'm probably going to have to make a constitution save, I bet.
All he knows is that I like exploding bad guys. He watched that stream.
How are you? Do you know me? I do too. But that's not what I'm doing.
That was the stream actually had my friend Dave on it.
Oh yeah. Na 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 na. You smack this thing, and it like you smack it, and you feel you've hit creatures before, Katlyn. You've broken spines. You feel it like hit the rib cage, it break, it bend over backwards, and you're like, and then it like still broken, just starts twitching and sort of gets back up almost backwards and flops and starts lurching again, lurching towards you, and it's actually going to get an attack off on you. Where are you, Katlyn? Oh, there you are. Just gotta give you your nightmares. Nightmares from Ollie. And probably because of the surprise, it manages to just get at you. And it sort of like tumbles into you, and some of the poisons on it explode. Spores and mushrooms explode in like fiery fury. You end up taking 4 damage.
I've got flipping 20 AC and I still get hit.
I know. Crazy, isn't it?
Does she have the health points to back you?
At this point, like, Slade is in the room as well. You're like, both of you in the basement. None of the other ones there. You can hear them, but you can't see any of them. This is the only one you see with its purple glowing eyes, and it by all rights should be dead. Slade's got a round of action if you want to do something with it.
It's just the one creature, right?
Just the one.
It's a good distance from me, but it's up close to her.
You're close enough. You're both in the basement. You're close enough to run to it.
Yeah. I'm like looking up at the stairs, looking down at the book. Then I look at Katlyn, and I'm like, and I'm gonna make sure I can round it around it. I don't know if I have to spend the bonus action to succeed,
It's fine.
but I will make my way around it and attack with the long blade to its behind.
Yep. It's a clean hit.
$11 more points of damage on top of her 11.
You hit it in the back, and you feel it fall and twitch and pulse, and you pull away, and goop and stuff falls out. Mixture of blood and whatever else. And it seems to fall flat on the ground.
Okay, let's get out of here quickly before the others catch up.
Yeah, hold on 1 second. And I look around for something really quickly, and I'm just like, is there any form of fabric anywhere? Could be old, rotted, doesn't matter.
There's like spools of large amounts of cloth for like doing your own, making your own clothes.
I'm going to wipe off all the goop from the sword, the cloth, sheathing the sword clean, but I want to hold on to the cloth as we make our way up the stairs.
Great. As you make your way up the stairs, you look back. That thing is reanimating, sort of below in the basement as you're leaving. Like its eyes went out, and then you look back because you expect more to chase you, and its eyes are like blinking back on as you make it back upstairs.
Following Katlyn out the front door, which I imagine we both do.
Oh yeah.
I see. Me as a PC wants to close the tapestry, like that's some sort of magic that'll assist us. My character would not know that, so I'm just like, I'll run through, leaving it open, and I'm gonna be throwing the book inside of like whatever pack I have that's quick to get it into. As we make our way out the door, Katlyn, do you like slam it shut behind us?
Yeah, if she would actually slam it, she would probably lock it completely unnecessarily, but
I'm gonna start pounding on the door next door, the dude's door.
He comes to the door, like, what the... Oh, no, I don't give money to urchins.
I'm gonna hold the cloth thing open with the goop on it and go, so it's like stuck to his door wall, and say, get the witch hunters in your basement and get them there quickly. Those creatures, I'm gonna roll intimidation roll.
Sure.
Those creatures, like 1,000-yard stare.
Yeah, he's intimidated easily. He sees you're with Katlyn, and he like immediately like rushes out and starts going to get someone, because the street is empty at this point. It's the night.
I would actually, assuming he's left the door open, I would just place the key to Layla's house back in like the nearest available surface.
I'm also going to interact with something that's nearest available.
Like take like a
What
random
rolls would you like me to roll?
random candelabra, like snatch.
What you tell me. What do you want me to roll? What can I find? Or maybe it's just too easy, and so you just tell me what I take.
Yeah, you just take like a candelabra, little
Is
thing.
it silver or something, or is it something that looks valuable?
You know
Not
it's
silver,
probably
but you know.
plated silver.
Yeah.
It's like
Works.
well, enough. It'll sell.
Okay.
Anyway, with that,
Caitlin would actually click her tongue at noticing that, but
I
she's
think-
not. It's not the sort of circumstance that you're going to make a big deal out of it. But
With
it's like
that,
she clearly disapproves
we'll
of
take
that.
our last rest for a quick wrap up. After this, we'll take our short rest. Use a hit die in somewhat. And we'll be back in a couple of minutes. See ya.